Thank you for this meeting. I've been asked by our president of the Porter Ranch Neighborhood Council, Mr. David Balen, to make the following statement. The Porter Ranch Neighborhood Council thanks the DPH for their efforts and for directly speaking to the NCs for transparency and to share the information and updates to fill in the gap that the CAG members maybe has not been filling in. Also, we thank the CAG members for all their great efforts and genuine desire to serve the community. The Porter Ranch Neighborhood Council encourages expanded open channels with many entities, given it will result in a win-win situation to achieve objectives for the community safety promptly. NCs will complement the CAG and the SOC and many other entities and is not in competition here. The Porter Ranch is ground zero for the blowout and having its community professionals, scientists, and engineers who are at your disposal to come in with the scientific experience to bridge any gap. NCs was established to fill in the gap between the community and City Hall, and it can fill the same thing, the gap between DPH and all entities. At the end, we're here to serve you all, and we're not in competition with anybody. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Our next speaker will be Julie Korenstein or Korenstein. I'll do Julie K. There you go. You just need to unmute. Julie, I think you're still, there we go.
Okay, I'm good. Well, I so appreciate everyone on the CAG that has been working so hard. I cannot tell you how frustrated I am. I expected and hoped that I would get some information today. I haven't been able to get onto all the meetings because, thank goodness you're doing Zoom. I had a difficulty getting on some of the other, I think the webinar. Anyway, I'm just tremendously frustrated. Again, I will repeat that I know CAG has done everything that they can possibly do to get the information. It has been almost 6 years, and I will never forget the fateful day when I got a phone call from the gas company to stay in my house and close all my windows. And I was frankly very, very shocked because I didn't understand what was going on. And obviously, they knew that there was some toxic emissions going on in the area around us. I live, obviously, in Porter Ranch. And so I don't know how long we can be patient as a community. The CAG began, what, a year ago now, Craig? About a year ago? Yeah. I don't get it. I don't understand it. There should be some valuable information that we can share with our community at this point. They said that they're going to now put out, a request for proposal to get other scientific communities to be involved with this. This is almost 6 years. This is a year after the settlement, way after the settlement. I don't know who can answer the question, but as you see, I'm up to here. I'm really frustrated.
Thank you, Julie. I'd like to next call on Karen Waters. There you are. And I just unmuted you. If you just.
Okay, good afternoon, everyone. Thank you for this presentation. Thank you to the CAG, I should say, to everyone involved. I'm echoing what Brian has said and Ms. Korenstein as well. My name is Karen Waters. I'm Vice President of Granada Hills North Neighborhood Council. Brian and I serve on the council together. I'm going to try to be as quick as possible. I think based on what has not happened, I believe my fellow community members would all agree it's time for this to be elevated, nationally, and because I think it's too much for DPH to handle. It's going to be 6 years on October 23rd of 2021, and it's and to still be waiting for information after all that time, just, it doesn't work. In addition to that, for those who may not be aware, we have new developments that are being proposed for elderly assisted living type of facilities for people who are ages 85 to over 100. How is information being communicated to those people? There's just too many pieces that are all in disarray after almost 6 years. So my suggestion, as I had mentioned to Brian and Andrew and Craig, is that it's time for this matter to be elevated out of DPA to the EPA or someone who can help nationally, because I think it's just too much. We need answers and not more excuses. And that's it. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Karen. I'm next going to recognize Councilwoman Ruth Lavanos, and then I'll go to Sherry after that, just to give a little sense of the lineup there.
Thank you very much. I am representing the city of Simi Valley, councilwoman for the city of Simi Valley, and this represents my own individual opinion, not of the entire city council. But I have worked in Porter Ranch and Granada Hills and Northridge, and I've worked in Reseda, and a lot of my students and friends live in Reseda, live in Porter Ranch, and have been deeply impacted and have moved away because of all of the impacts of this. I can't believe that you guys are waiting 6 years to do this. I myself am fighting the environmental disaster at the Santa Susana Field Lab. And I am asking, I've already reached out to Senator Stern and a number of other elected officials who are going to make sure that this gets done. People are being hurt on a daily basis. My friend Jane Fowler and her husband almost died. I've had friends that have passed out because of this. And there needs to be a distinct timeline with set deadlines, with actual set deadlines, not estimations of when this is going to take place and when the research is going to be done and when the community is going to have a say, because they're being impacted by this every single day. I would like to cede the rest of my time to Dr. Nardella, who's been trying to get on. Thank you very much.
Thank you. And Dr. Nardella is in the lineup. There's a couple of people, his hand is up, so we will hear from Dr. Nardella, but there's a couple other community members that have had their hands up for a while, and one is Sherry.
Yes, I've spoken at most CAG meetings. I'm formerly of the Porter Ranch Neighborhood Council. I lived blocked from SoCal Gas entrance. I concede all my time to Dr. Nardella because I think he has something to say. Thank you.
Thank you. Next, I wanted to recognize Helen. And Helen, I just allowed you to be unmuted.
Yes, hi. I have two quick things to say, then I'm going to give my time to Dr. Nadella also. One is we asked for the accounting on this $25 million that is, you guys have the position of it. We have been asking for accounting, nothing has been coming. And another thing, this is supposed to be Q&A, but it's all I see is just questions. Nobody responds to our questions. When are we going to get answers? Thank you, and Dr. Nadella can have the rest of my time.
Thank you. And just to clarify, we are in the public comment period, not the Q&A. The Q&A period was earlier.
I am talking about the chat part. Somebody's supposed to be responding to that.
Thank you. Next is P. Oliver. I think you're still muted.